So whatever country you're going to, try the food. You did not go to another country to still eat hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken tenders.
We untouchable, uncrushable. We untouchable, uncrushable.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dapper Diane. If this is your first time meeting me, my name is Dorothy, and if it's not, hey girl, welcome back. So go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe because we're gonna get into a good video. My last video, thank y'all for running it up. I appreciate it so much. But now we're gonna get into how to solo travel, because even in real life, a lot of people have been telling me like, oh my gosh, you're so brave. How do you do it? What do I do? A person even asked me to make this video, and so I'm wondering if, or I'm guessing, other people probably need encouragement or like tangible steps to take to actually complete a solo trip. So that's what I'm here to do. All right, let's go. First things first, I'm gonna break this video up into like 3 segments. Before the trip, during the trip, and after the trip, okay? So that's gonna be the first thing. And I'll try to put timestamps so you can, I guess, skip forward if you're watching the video for a second or third time. All right, so when it comes to what to do before the trip, there's a lot, this whole page. Okay, so I'll try to make it quick, but like still make sense. Before I even start anything else, research where you want to go. For me, Jamaica has been near and dear to my heart for years. I grew up listening to reggae music, all these other things. So I wanted to go to where it originated. That was just my personal choice, but of course you can go anywhere you'd like. Research where you want to go, decide that. And then once you decide that, go ahead and start researching excursions or cultural things to do in advance and book them in advance. Now, the way that you can research the things to do, use TikTok, YouTube, or real people. That's what I was doing for Jamaica. And when I say cultural things, I mean like food to try or like museums to visit, classes to take, all of those sorts of things. And even though a lot of people might disagree with me and say, oh, you can book the excursions there. Personally, for me, I'm glad that I booked them in advance because I had a case where a travel guide, tour guide that was doing an excursion started acting real funny, doing funny business stuff, and I had to cancel it. And it ended up working out to where I was able to book another one. That one actually happened in Jamaica, so I guess I'm kind of contradicting myself. But either way, I'm glad that the rest of my excursions were booked in advance so I could plan my days exactly how I wanted. Especially if you're going during a high traffic time. If you're going through that country's most tourist season, I would advise you to book them in advance so that you can for sure get what experience you want, okay? 1, buy your clothes and accessories months in advance. So say it's winter now, but you know your trip is coming up in the spring or summer, or vice versa, whichever one. Start buying that clothes now so that you can start trying it on, start planning your outfits, and then in case anything doesn't work, you have ample time to return it and exchange, whatever the case may be. Because that happened to me. There was stuff that like I planned, yeah, I'm gonna wear this, and then it ended up not working out. But I had plenty of time to return it, so I wasn't stressed, I wasn't worried. For whatever country you decide to go to, check if you need a visa. This could be from the American perspective or any other country. Update your passport and ID if it's going to expire that year. Renew it and expedite it. So yeah, typically they say if you have 6 months left from your date of travel, you can still travel with that passport or ID. But personally, if I were you, I would be safe. If it's gonna go ahead and expire that year, go ahead and renew it right here and now. Budget the trip and pay it off before. We're in an age where you can do installments on almost everything. That's fine, but for me, for a whole trip, if you have the means to, and this is what I did for Jamaica, I would just pay it off so that after the trip is done, low-key, you might already have post-trip blues. So you want to pair post-trip blues with still paying off a trip and the trip is done? Personally, I wouldn't. But I'd say pay it off before. When I say budget for it, like also monitor the prices, because sometimes the prices will fluctuate depending on when you buy the ticket, Unfortunately, like for Jamaica, right before I went, there was the hurricane that swept through there. That could have impacted the price, whatever. Just monitor the prices, budget for it, and I advise paying it off before. And depending on how long you're going to be there, I would say guesstimate around $500, give or take, for spending or emergency money. For me, I was there almost a week and I brought $500 with me. And that was a good amount to cover me while I was there. And thankfully, no emergencies happened. People might want to know what I use to book. I use Cheap Caribbean. That was my first time using Cheap Caribbean. And I was a little scary, like, is this a real site? But everything's real. And when you book Cheap Caribbean, once again, you're solo traveling in a new country that you haven't been to, I say go ahead and book airport transfer and the airport lounge if you can. So specifically for Jamaica, they have Club Mobe. Absolutely book Club Mobe if you are going to Jamaica. And then yeah, the airport transfer, go ahead and book that in advance so that way when you land, you already have your transfer set up to get you to your hotel. And then when it's time for you to go, you have your transfer set up to get you back to the airport. Buy a portable lock and a portable charger. Keep that on you. Oh, also buy a selfie stand, but that's going to be in the list as well. And I'll link the exact one that I have because it has a light on it as well, in case you're taking pictures at night. Honestly, and if anything, if you find something to just prop your phone up on and just set the timer, boom, you can take your pictures that way. That works as well. That's what I did for the majority of my Jamaica pictures too. Okay, for me, I like to plan stuff out to a T where I can see it. I'm a visual learner. I say plan out a notes app with your itinerary so time is well spent. Even if it's a rest day, that's fine, put it in there just so that you know how you want to spend your day. A lot of these excursions, at least in Jamaica, a lot of these excursions started at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I don't want you to not know what you're doing for the day and then either spend half of the day trying to figure out what you want to do or completely miss out on an experience for that day because you clearly wouldn't have been awake at 8 a.m. typically on vacation. So yeah, when I have my notes app, I literally put the dates of the trip, boom, whatever dates. I put the hotel that I'm staying at, boom, whatever name that is, the check-in, check-out time, boom, the budget, whatever that is, and then I go day by day. Say I was there September 6th through the 11th. So I put Friday, September 6th, and then whatever plans there were. Saturday, September 7th, my birthday, whatever plans there were, all of those things. Yeah, plan it out so you can see it and you can know. I'm a planner. If you're not a planner, you can ditch that to the side. Exchange money before you get there with your local bank, or you can exchange it at the airport, and also tell your bank that you need a travel notice on your account so they know if you use your card, it's not a scam for wherever you're going, you're actually there. Download safety apps like WhatsApp so that way you don't got to get like a SIM card or whatever, but you can choose to purchase that, or you need to go ahead and plan to turn off your cellular data, because yeah, if you leave that on for the entire duration of your trip, you are going to have a hefty phone bill waiting for you when your next bill is due. For me, I just turned off my cellular data, turned off the declined the international plan because I was staying at an all-inclusive resort. That's the other thing I should have said. Stay at an all-inclusive resort if this is your first time going to a country and you're going by yourself. Supply everything that you need, but still, try things off of the resort during the daylight within reason, all that good stuff. That's the other thing I put in my notes app. I put all of the foods that I wanted to try that were specific to Jamaica. So whatever country you're going to, try the food. You did not go to another country to still eat hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken tenders. It was so much good food that I tried for the first time and I loved it. I'm a foodie anyway, but still I loved it. Oh, the last thing to do before, solidify all of your plans in writing. And whether that's an excursion, whether that's a hotel book that you book, whatever it is, that you are booking a service for. Make sure that you have that in writing. Try to avoid too many phone conversations, whether it's an email or whether it's a text. That way, you always have a paper trail of whatever service you are paying for. And in my case, once again, the person I was booking for an experience, they started acting funny in case it needed to be investigated by my bank. In case, of course, nothing happened, thank God, but in case any physical danger occurred, there would have been a paper trail of this is what this person said, this is what this person said, this was not agreed upon, boom. So for your safety, and even for your physical safety, but also for the safety of your resources, have all your plans in writing. And if you do happen to handle things by call, after the call, send a text or send an email saying, hey, thank you for our conversation. As agreed upon, ... Document it. All right, so during the trip, when you are actually in the place where you decided to visit, I say, especially as a woman, mind you, all this advice is coming from the perspective of being a female solo traveler. If you are a woman, do not tell anyone you are there by yourself. And this is for anywhere you go. And I would say the same for anyone that is coming, say your solo travel is here to the US. The same still applies. But yeah, I would most definitely say do not tell anyone that you're here by yourself. There were people that asked me, oh, are you here by yourself? Babe, oh, my husband's in the room, my boyfriend's in the room. And that's all they needed to know. When it comes to another thing, share your location with family and friends. Also, whenever you pick somewhere to stay, this is kind of like a before but also during segment. When you pick somewhere to stay, stay at an all-inclusive, especially if it's your first time going to this place. For example, Jamaica, like we were talking about, it was my first time going to Jamaica. I was going by myself, so I'm going to stay at a location that is tourist heavy. And the Reggae was like it's an international chain hotel. So there's just certain things in place that I guess secure your safety a bit more. If you are completely new to the area and you do not know anyone there. So there's also that. Of course, you cannot travel with like any weapons or things of that sort to protect yourself. But what you can do, say for example, hypothetically, you wear a lot of wigs and you have to, use scissors to cut the lace on your wigs. God forbid anything happens, you have scissors. But that's just a hypothetical. I'm not saying that's what I did. But yeah, of course, I think the most beautiful part of solo travel was that I could literally open myself up to meet new people. And if I had gone with people that I known, then it wouldn't have been, like I made so many connections with the locals there and even with other tourists. So yeah, I think that's the most beautiful part of solo travel. Literally open yourself up to talk to other people. And even like while I was sitting there at dinner by myself, honestly, almost 9 times out of 10, that's what sparked up conversation between me and another person. And it would always be people that like are on group trips. And yeah, just be friendly, be personable, be smart, of course. But that is a really great way. Force yourself to get out of your comfort zone and speak with people, especially the locals. Okay, also during your trip, I honestly suggest doing souvenir shopping kind of early on in your trip so that way if you forget something, you have a couple of more days to go back and get it. And this is another segment that's kind of before. Make a list of who you want to get souvenirs for and ask them. Of course, if you don't know exactly what they would like, it's okay to ask them what they would like. But yeah, do your souvenir shopping early during the trip, just in case you forget somebody and you have time to go and get it again. The other things that I have not mentioned was whenever you get to your hotel room, make sure you lay out or like hang up your clothes, your shoes, and like accessories. All of that, hang it up so that you can see everything that you're gonna be wearing. You can plan it out. Okay, but yeah, this is so that you can literally see what you want to wear, because of course you're on vacation, you are out there to step, look good, and you want to plan it out real good. Keep your passport and your ID on you at all times. I'm telling you exactly what I did. So of course in the hotel they're gonna have a safe, a lock or whatever, and I'm not accusing nobody of anything. I'm just saying, for documents that are literally your identity, keep them on you, because quite literally if that gets lost, misplaced, God forbid stolen, you're stuck, and you do not want to be that. So always keep it on you. Whatever purse you have, whatever wallet you have, if you're a guy, keep it on you at all times. If you leave in the room, if you're going for an excursion, it's with you. Negotiate on goods. Negotiate on goods. So like for in Jamaica, for example, there were certain things that I got at a negotiated price because I was like, let's do this, let's do that. Unfortunately, outside of the US, people think Americans are rich. And so people will try to get over on you because they know that you're American. But just anywhere you go, like, of course, you can kind of read the room, read the situation where it's like a set price and then prices to negotiate. Just try negotiating. If they stick to their price, then that's that, and you can take it or leave it. Do not abuse drugs or alcohol. This is a solo trip. Once again, you should not be plastered. You should not be, well, I don't think that's a safe thing to do regardless, but especially considering that you are by yourself. Assuming that you are in a country by yourself, but add the cherry on top that it's a place that you don't know at all and you don't have any family or friends there waiting for you. Keep your composure so that you will always have your wits about yourself. The entire time I was in Jamaica, I was drinking mocktails. Not one drop of liquor, none of that. I don't drink anyways, but yeah, don't do anything that alters your state of mind. Check in with a loved one daily. Make sure you are checking in with them every day. And whether it's like a quick call or whether it's, I wouldn't say text, because text, God forbid something happens, anyone can text from your phone. They need to know that it's you. And send them the name of your hotel, your room number, all of that good stuff, so they know exactly if anything happens, this is where this person was supposed to be at. And then the last thing I would say during the trip, of course, being present, but journal or document your experience. Y'all saw me document my experience through video. And if you want to do video, that's beautiful, that's fine. But if you want to write in a journal, if you want to document by taking pictures, that's fine. I did a bit of all three, but document it because it's going to be a beautiful time and it's going to be worthy remembering. Okay, so for after, I don't really have much for after because now the trip is over. Of course, just check your bags, sweep your room. I would say pack your bag the night before so that, and just leave out the items that you're gonna wear to the airport. Make sure it's a comfortable outfit. Double check that your custom form for entering back into your home country is filled out before you get to the airport. All that good stuff. Sweep your room, like I was saying, as in like make sure you have every single item. And then, yeah, afterwards you're just reflecting on it, getting back home. I would say make sure that you get your gifts, your souvenirs to your loved ones. And then, yeah, just compile your memories. I would say reflect on it afterwards as well, now that you're done. There's things that a month later after Jamaica that I'm still processing and expressing gratitude for, and it was like a month ago. So yeah, after is really easy. There's not much to do because now the trip is accomplished. All right, so thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you made it to this point, or if you were a little impatient and you just look down below, I'll have a travel checklist and I'll have links to all the things that I purchased as much as I possibly can, because it's like a lot of information. And if you're a YouTube content creator, you know that that text box, it has a limited amount of characters. I don't know how much it is. Either way, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm gonna link all of that stuff down below. And if you like my little background, I did it with this because of just how cute it was, and it kind of pertains to the video. But anyways, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.